Hi everyone, it's the 31st annual Lee's McRae Summer Theater. It's a great pleasure to have with me today Dr. Janet Speer. Janet, great to have you here with us again today.
Good to be here, thank you.
Tiffany Bear, who played the part of Nancy, thanks so much for being here with us. And Connor Martin, the star of the show, Oliver. And I tell you what, it's going to be a fantastic show. And Dr. Janet Speer, it's a pleasure to have you with us here today. And tell us about, if you would, June 26th through July the 3rd.
That's
We're
right.
talking about this premiered on the West End 1960, Broadway 1963, was made into a movie
Right.
in 1968, and it was
Right.
an Academy Award winner. Tell us a little bit about the background of this, if you would, please.
Well, you know, it's based on Dickens' Oliver Twist, and it just talks about the London poor and how you should pay attention to them. And they tell the story through this child. It ends well, but you have to go through some stuff to find that out. And I just think it's so important because there's just a lot of children in this world who need our attention. So I think it's an important story.
Oh, it definitely is. And Tiffany, tell us about yourself. I mean, obviously you come from other part of the United States, but you've moved down recently to the Charlotte area, and now you're playing this part, and this is a great part to play. Nancy's such a special character, balances out the good inside, but also in a real tough environment.
Sure. Well, Nancy's a really unique character. It's been a lot of fun for me to play her because I'm usually your typical ingenue, the very sweet, charming character. So it's really fun to dig into a character that has more difficult circumstances and is much more earthy, and is that, you know, London poor, really at the bottom of the barrel, just making it by. And like I said, Nancy is a very earthy character. She's very much wrapped up in her circumstances. I think she was a child who was probably orphaned young and has grown up in the workhouse until Fagin picked her up, and she's been pickpocketing for 12 years or so. And she's really just that bottom, lower class, very common, you know, Cockney London girl. And when Oliver comes along, that stirs something in her that's never really been there, I think, except for when she was maybe a child before she kind of became this character because of her circumstances. And he changes her and starts to bring this tension into her life where she really is struggling to grapple with the loyalty that she has for Bill Sikes and for Fagin and for these boys, but this love, I think, that she finds deep in her for Oliver, and this mothering instinct and wanting to protect him from becoming what she's become, I think is really what her character's all about.
And Connor, tell us about yourself. Obviously, you come from Wisconsin, and you're down here for the show, and you've played this part before in different parts of the country, haven't you?
Yeah.
So tell us what you really love about playing Oliver.
I like playing Oliver because I get to be somebody different than who I am. You know, I have to portray the poorness and have to go through all these different events during the story where at first I'm in the orphanage with Mr. Bumble, who's really mean, and we don't get much food. We get gruel, which is really gross. So I ask for more, which is not normally normal to ask. So I get kicked out, and then I go to Mr. Fagin's, where he's a little different, and he actually gives the boys food. And so I start to like him more, and I find Dodger, who I become friends with, and then I run away because, you know, I'm just doing bad things. So then I go to this really rich guy, and I find out later that he's my grandpa, and this whole story has changed.
Yeah. So Janet, really, he kind of just grows throughout it, doesn't he? I mean, he's thrown in as an innocent young boy, and he kind of figures life out as he's going along.
Yeah, a lot of people grow. Oliver grows, and Nancy grows, and I think the audience grows as they learn. You know, there is a way out of this. There is a way out of poverty. And you know, and then you add all that beautiful music, like the ones you'll hear, you know, As Long as He Needs Me and Consider Yourself and all that. It's just a winning story from top to bottom.
Yeah. And this is the 31st annual Lee's McRae Summer Theater. Tell us about that, how bringing these 31 years together.
Oh gosh, I agonize over what shows we do each year, and moving from, you know, the 31st year, and Oliver's the first time that we've ever done that. Denim King is a new one, and Tanner is a new one. Sometimes we'll repeat, but these are all new, and that's hard to do after you've done 31 years of shows. But these are all new shows for us.
And Tiffany, it's a fantastic theater there, isn't it? I mean, for the audience, I mean, it's just the right size. It's big and it's magnificent looking, but at the same time, every seat is a great seat there.
Right, right. Well, I have not had the chance to walk into the theater yet, but I've heard great things about how it's very similar to being in the round, which I love. I've done shows in the round, and what I love about that is that you feel like you're in the living room, you know, just sitting on the couch, you're a fly on the wall, and you're really intimate with the story. And so that's what I'm told the theater is like, which will be wonderful beautiful
like that.
to be able to bring the audience in as if they're right with us and experiencing the story, not that it's a proscenium and you're way out there and we're way here on stage, but that we're kind of one family and drawing you in.
Yeah. And Tiffany, tell us what you really love about playing this role.
Oh gosh, what I love about playing this role. Oh, that's a really tough question. I think I love the journey that Nancy takes, I think. I love all of the things she faces, all of the challenges. I love the world that she's in, and like I said earlier, I love that it's so different for me to play this character. I love that she's not all smiles and happiness, that she is really fun and really boisterous and not ladylike at all, but just is this really neat character with all of these different nuances and facets that you find out as the story goes along. She's very deep. It's not a shallow character at all, and I think there's a lot to grab onto, which I really, really enjoy.
And in the end, as you mentioned, your love for Oliver puts you in a position where it risks your life for him.
Yes, yes, and you know, she makes the decision. She's offered a way out of that poverty and out of that lifestyle, and she says no, and she chooses because of her love for Bill Sikes, who is the villain of the story, you know, who is her boyfriend but who beats her and is a very creepy character, played by my husband, which is kind of fun. And she chooses him over everything and says, no, my love for him is stronger, but at the same time wants to protect this child and tries to get him out and get him to freedom, and Bill finds her and ultimately murders her. So she pays that ultimate price for her choice to love both of them differently. So.
And Connor, 1968 Academy Award winning movie, and the big scene that anybody that went to it, I went and saw it, was at the beginning when you asked for more. Tell us about that scene and how special that scene is.
That's pretty much the whole setup for my story. My part in the show is asking for more. I want more food. I'm hungry. And then it's not normal. You can't really ask for more. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah.
You know, so that just sets up the whole thing where I get kicked out, and that leads me to Nancy and Fagin, everything else.
And tell us about your relationship with the Artful Dodger.
The Artful Dodger, I meet him on the streets of London, which leads to Consider Yourself, where he is showing me the world, because I've been locked in this workhouse. So he's leading me out in the world and showing me what there is. And there actually are nice things to do, and there's nice people if you get to know them. So he sings to me, and then he takes me to his home, that's where Fagin is, and then I see, wow, it's in a different place. So I adjust from the workhouse, and I start living there, and I start picking pockets and becoming a pickpocketer like all the other boys.
Yeah, but you always have that innocence underneath, don't you, where you don't really want, you're not really part of them, but you're kind of forced into it. Yeah. So Tiffany, tell us now, we're going to get the pleasure of having both of you get to sing a song for us.
Sure.
Tell us, if you would, before we go to the song. We'll come back after the song to talk about it, but tell us what this song is about.
Sure. Well, I'm singing As Long as He Needs Me, and this is that title song of Nancy. You know, I think when people think of her character in the show, this is the song they think of. And it's a beautiful ballad where she has basically just been beaten by Bill Sikes because she stands up for the fact that she doesn't want to be involved with kidnapping Oliver from this rich man, Mr. Brownlow's house. And Sikes does not like that, and so he smacks her and makes everybody leave. And she sings this song out of this angst of having just been beaten, but yet still holding on to the fact that she knows he loves her and she's not leaving him and she's going to remain faithful. And so I think all of that angst of, you know, he treats me horribly, but I love him and I will stay, you know, and I hide my love for him, but I know that he loves me. It's just this, I think it's what many people go through who are in an abusive relationship. And it just paints this kind of sad but beautiful picture of her love as she's struggling with her feelings.
Yeah, well, that's going to be great. And Connor, tell us about your song, if you would.
I'll be singing Where Is Love, which is Oliver's main song. And I'm in the coffin room with the funeral, and it's a very sad song where I'm wishing I'm wishing for my love, and I don't have a mother or father, so I'm just, you know, saying, where is my love? Like, I need someone to love me, and I need that, you know, help.
Yeah. So Janet, there are two special songs here from this.
They are. Yeah, they're just, they kill me listening to them talk about it. They're just so sweet and so meaningful.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. So thanks so much for being here, and we're going to get a chance now to listen to both of you sing.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Does it fall from skies can mean something too. Where is love?
As long as he needs me, I know where I must be. I'll cling on steadfastly as long as he needs me, as long as life is long. I'll love him right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong as long as he needs me. If you are lonely, then you will know when someone needs you, you love him so. I won't betray his trust, though people say I must. I've got to stay true, just as long as he needs me.
That was absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks so
Thank
much for
you.
singing. That was great. Connor,
Thank you.
you are a star. That is tremendous, your singing.
you.
I tell you what, it was a great pleasure to listen to you there. So, Janet, now June 26th through July the 3rd, all right? The box office opens on June the 17th, and then it'll be open 10 to 3 each day, but then also on show days, it'll be open 5 to 7.
That's right. And they can either drop by, or you can call 828-898-8709, or just go on our website, and that's www.lmc.edu/summertheatre, or just Google Summer Theatre and you'll find it.
Yeah. And Tiffany, I tell you, you could really see the feeling when you were singing about your, your balance, your, as you said, angst, but your torment between which way to go, because you're great inside, deep inside, but you're have this difficulty with what your life is. And Connor, tremendous. You're fantastic, and I tell you, people should come just to see you perform.
That's
'cause
right.
You're really special. All right, but thanks so much for being here
Our
with
pleasure.
us. 31st Annual Lisa McRae Summer Theater. Oliver's the first show. Lend Me a Tenor is going to be next, then The Denim King after that. But you want to get there for Oliver. It's started on the West End in Broadway in 1963. The West End in London in 1960. Was made into an Academy Award-winning movie in 1968. Fantastic. Just the background of this. Everybody should see Oliver at least once in their life before, because, and as you said, this is a new show for Lisa McRae Summer Theater, so it's your opportunity to see it. And so we urge you to go down and do that. And thanks so much, Janet, for being with us. It's been great to see you.
Our pleasure.
Thanks, Tiffany,
Thank
for being
you.
here. And thanks, Connor, for being
Thank
here.
you.
You're fantastic. And we look forward to seeing you on June 26th through July the 3rd at Lisa McRae Summer Theater in Vanderbilt, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you.